This video is kindly sponsored by Hobbii. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vash Harry and this is the Harry Knit. We do a lot of knitting content here on YouTube, so please check me out, subscribe if you want to. Today we're doing a very special video. It's the first video of mine that I am attempting, and that is to challenge myself and learn how to design a pattern. I have been knitting for a while, almost 10 years, if not 10 years, and one thing that I've always wanted to try but never have done is to design my own pattern. I do have a scrunchie pattern up on Ravelry that is free if you want to check it out, but I wanted to challenge myself and make something that I really wanted to, one, make use out of, and two, wear. And that is what I'm doing today. We're going to be making a tank top. So Hobbii sent me some of their yarn, quite a lot of yarn. I'm going to be using their rainbow bamboo yarn to draft up a tank top for myself. This one is 60% bamboo viscose, 40% cotton, which is perfect for the weather, especially if it's heading into summer where you are. I'm going to be making a tank top out of this. I've got two colors. I've got curry and I've got primula yellow. So I'm really excited to try it out. I love working with bamboos and viscose. I love working with fibers that are really perfect for the weather that I live with. So that is what we're going to be doing in this video. Hobbii challenged me to create something with yellow. So obviously this tank top is going to be yellow. It's going to symbolize joy and metamorphosis or something like that. So without further ado, let's get started. I did a very basic sketch on my iPad. I wanted it to look kind of very cottagecore-esque with a square neckline and thick straps. Here you can see that I'm placing the baubles right in the middle because I wanted it to look kind of like what I've been seeing a lot on Instagram and Pinterest. Obviously you don't have to do this if you're designing, but I just wanted to kind of see what I wanted. The yarn I'm using for this project is Hobbii's Rainbow Bamboo, which is 60% bamboo viscose and 40% cotton. They sent me two colors. One is primula yellow and the other curry, but for this specific project I'm using their primula yellow. I really love the color selection here. There are so many, but for me personally, the reason why I chose this specific yarn was because of the fibers. I wanted something that was light and airy, especially for summer. Please do check out Hobbii. Their website is so amazing and they have incredible yarn selection from acrylics to cottons, and they also provide shipping to the US and Canada, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, and of course Europe because they're based in Denmark. As I said, their yarn selection is incredible and the one that I got was Rainbow Bamboo. If you click on their website, you can see all the amazing designs on the photo gallery wall. And if you join their Hobbii Plus, you can have up to 3 free plus patterns, double the points on each order, and 10% off regular prices. So please go check them out. So for swatches, I did a few swatches here. This is like the very basic swatch that I made. I made 2 of them so I can kind of compare, because this one is just a basic stockinette and this one has a few baubles on it. Looks like this. You see it? Can you see it? You can see it. Initially my idea is to make a tank top with a few buttons, kind of like a faux button look that I think would be really cute. Initially I wanted to make a dress, but making a dress would take forever. And I think that is too hard as your first design, so a tank top it is. Hi, it's voiceover Bash again. This was filmed at like, I want to say 4 a.m. in the morning after sahur because I wanted to start on this project as soon as possible. The first thing you do, obviously, in knitting is your cast on, and I'm doing something that I don't usually do, and that's a provisional cast on to do the fold hem. Obviously, you don't really need to do this. This is very much a, I'd say, intermediate technique, and even me, I don't do it very often. I think I've only done it once or twice for a pattern, and I ended up not finishing that pattern, not because of the fold hem, but because the pattern was just way too big. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent. I am just using some leftover yarn that was, I think, Aran weight yarn, so it was much thicker than the bamboo yarn that I was using from Hobbii. The reason why I used a slightly thicker yarn is because I wanted it to be very easy to see the little V's to pick up when I'm starting out. I'll admit it's a pretty tedious task. I wasn't even keeping score of how many stitches I made. I simply just did as many as I could. For this specific pattern, I think I did about 167 stitches for the whole piece, so that's what I wanted to roughly count for this specific provisional cast on. Once I finally got to the end piece of the yarn, I started picking up my stitches. I'm doing this very carefully. I'm still not used to doing provisional cast on, so I was trying to do it very slow and steady, making sure I got through the little bumps of the chain that I made. I can see why people really love doing provisional cast on, because the folded hem is so pretty and it actually makes the outfit or the final garment look like an actual knitted piece. But I also understand how frustrating it can be, because it feels so tedious and monotonous that I honestly just wanted to give up halfway. Thankfully though, I did manage to finish and counted all my stitches properly, and you can finally start knitting! I definitely took my time making this pattern. I was a little worried about how it was gonna look at the end, but I was trying to just hold on, trust my gut, and move as much as I could. Also, please do check out these nails. I don't usually use press-ons, but these were so cute, and I got them customed by Vanity Nails. If you're in Brunei, go check them out, please. Yeah, a lot of tangents today, but here I am just trying to take off the provisional cast on, but I think I definitely did it wrong, because the yarn just kept getting attached to each other, or it just wasn't coming off the way it was supposed to as easily as it should. So just be patient, take your time. I think I spent a good 2 hours, maybe 3, just finishing the hem. If you want a more in-depth video or tutorial on how to do a folded hem, I'll leave some links down below, because I'm just not there yet to teach you. As I said, you definitely have to be careful when doing a provisional cast on. There were occasions where the yarn kind of fell off and then it got loose and I had to pick up some stitches as I went along. But thankfully I managed to do it after like 7 episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I could finally start knitting the body. I have done about this much. It doesn't look like a lot, but for me it is, because these are very small needles. So I'm hoping to power through the next day or so. It's currently, I think, 12 p.m. I've been awake since 3 a.m. But these are how the baubles look, and I'm actually very happy with it. yeah, I haven't really been able to sit down and just knit. This month has been particularly busy, but I just finished a thing this morning, and I want to celebrate by taking the time to knit instead of nap. I'll be honest, April was a pretty slow knitting month for me. Most of the time, if I wasn't sleeping or napping, I was either doing some work that I can't really remember what I was doing, or I was playing badminton and getting into a workout routine again. I think when it came to knitting, especially when it was lockdown, I spent a lot of time just sitting down and watching TV to spend my time, and because of that I wasn't really as active as I was last year, and so I was trying to get back into it during Ramadan, but because of that I wasn't really able to knit as much as I was used to or that I was comfortable with. So nowadays I'm just trying to find a balance, seeing how much I can knit on a daily basis and still have some time to myself and to try to work out as much as I can. You know, it's all about that balance. Hi, it is currently 10:58 p.m. and I've been trying to get this finished, and I did at least the body, and I realize it is way too big on me. Like, I think a good 2 inches each too big, so like it's not right, and I don't think I will be finished in time. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. A part of me wants to start all over, and another part of me wants to try and fix it. So I don't know, I feel like I was really excited to start on this project because it was the first time I was ever going to try out something new and make up a pattern for myself, but it seems like this is just way too big on me. Like, let me show you how big it is. It's a cowl. Like, it goes past my shoulders, and like it could be a shawl. So I'm going to take a break. I'm going to think about this project and see what I can fix. Maybe the issue I have is that I went to a size 4.5 millimeter needles when I should have done maybe like 3 millimeters, have this be a really tight fitting project, and I shouldn't have tried to do like positive ease. I think a project like this, especially since it's a summer top, should have been more fitting, I guess. So I think that is the plan. I'm going to take some time to think, ruminate about what I could fix. So yeah, and I also need to sleep, but I won't because I'm going out for sahur with my parents. Okay, I'm briefly checking my measurements and I was way off. So in my swatch, it says it's about 19 stitches. It's about roughly the same here. It's about 18 stitches by 4, 18.5 I'd say on the swatch that I made. But I wrote in my journal, let me show you. Here I also wrote 19 stitches. So it's a little confusing where I ended up making a mistake. I tried adding in the ease of what it's going to be, but it obviously went way bigger than expected. So I've just laid it flat. It's about 18.5 in width, so that's about 37 inches, which is about 3 inches more than I thought it would be. I think what I'm gonna do now is just take a quick break, because honestly I don't really want to think about this too much. I've been spending a whole 2 weeks developing this project, and it is not going as expected. It's been a few days, and as you can probably tell, I completely failed at trying to make my own pattern. This is what I came up with, and if I have to be honest, I love the concept. I still really want to do it. It's just too big, as we can probably tell. Yeah. It's nice though to have filmed your failure a little bit. Humbles you. Yeah. I'm not sad, obviously, that I am a little bit sad that I wasn't able to make a pattern this month. One that I was so excited to knit, but then the gauge ended up really poorly for some reason. But I'm not gonna see this as like a flaw or failure, but rather it's just time to get back into the drawing board and start all over and try again, because at least that gives me excuse to knit more, right? Overall, I love the idea. I love the concept. I still would want to make it, probably just not as big. So you could probably tell I have to cut a few inches off of this tank top if I want to redo it again. I've been babbling a lot, and I don't know about you, but I'm pretty tired. I'm not really in there. I think I'm living on 4 or 5% of my brain power right now. I just want to snore. Anyway, that is about it from me. I'm sorry this video kind of ended a little bit anticlimactically, but nevertheless, I do hope you enjoyed, and once again, thank you so much to Hobbii for sponsoring this video. Please do go check them out, and thank you so much for letting me join the Here Comes the Sun campaign. My name is Bash Harry. This is the Harry Knit. I will be back with a more cohesive video, I think, and I will see you then. Bye!